Hi there, Andrew Cressy is here with Audiobro. In this video, we'll look at Silver's features and their controls, explain how to use them, and listen to all the patches and presets. Everything you are hearing right now was made with Silver, including all the effects. Silver is a free library that will be updated from time to time to keep it fresh and inspiring. As of the making of this video, Silver is comprised of 5 master patches, each offering a variety of sounds and presets, totaling 36 types of sounds. Okay, now that we have covered all the topics in the basic overview, let's dive into Silver. Also, feel free to use the chapters feature on this video to go to specific sections. Let's start with the patch called Silver Tongue. It's a percussion instrument that looks like this. We recorded it being played with mallets, hands, and metal spoon handles. They are all 4 times round robin at multiple dynamics, providing you with a very organic and natural sounding performance. We also recorded semi-mutes and mutes. On the left side, you can see the different patch presets. Notice the MIDI note name to the right of each preset. We start them at C#6 for consistency, but you can click on the MIDI notes to change their value. A nice feature is that you can drag the MIDI note of the first preset and it will adjust all the key switches at once. Let's take a quick listen to the presets. Here's Hand with Choke. Notice how every note you play chokes the note before it. This is great for when you are playing with muted articulations. Now Mallet with Choke. Notice how if you play an arpeggio, it doesn't ring out. That's because I'm on a choke preset. Here we have Metal with Choke. Now, Hand no choke. This can be thought of as more polyphonic, whereas the note you play does not choke the previous note. Same with the Mallet with no choke. And same with Metal with no choke. And now we have the Reso presets for the patch, for hands, mallets, and metals. This applies to all the Reso presets. This is a hand Reso choke. Notice the little Reso knob that shows up for the patch. Reso here means acoustic resonance. Listen to how the body of the tongue drum's resonance gets louder as you turn the knob up. The Mallet Reso choke, and the Metal Reso choke. And lastly, we have the non-choke versions of them. Hard Reso, Mallet Reso, Metal Reso. Beyond these presets, we also have snapshots, which are like pictures of all the settings in a patch that can be recalled with a simple click. Each patch has a few of these as creative snapshots, and is also a way to return to the default patch. Here we have the snapshot Airy. And then Cavern. Here's one called Deconstruct. And here's one called Silver with similar settings to what you heard in the intro in this video. Now would be a good time to go into the center controls. This would mean the big volume knob, the attack control, and the decay control. All of the controls on the front of Silver can be assigned to a continuous controller known as a CC. By default, the volume knob is assigned to CC11, but you are free to assign all the other knobs however you want, except for CCs 50 through 60. Those are being used internally for patch programming purposes. So, it's as simple as right-clicking on each control, select Learn Controller, and then wiggle your hardware unit fader or knob. It's that simple. I've already assigned these controls to my CCs, and that's how I'll be controlling all of these patches in this video. By adjusting the attack, you can adjust how long it takes for the sound to attack. Let's listen. The same thing can be done for the decay. Just adjust it to a very quick decay to make it sound kind of clicky. Now I guess would be a good time to go into the other controls. Here you will find two FX chain sliders. Each one has 15 presets, and the first slider also has a dry preset. And you can combine these two sliders any way you want for interesting chains of effects. Let's listen to a few. Of course, we have dry, one wash verb, three wash verb HP2, which means high pass 2, four distortion delay, seven just plain distortion, 10 a simple 1K high pass filter versus the dry, 14 buzzy, and 15 pong. Now, of course, you can combine all of these effects chains with the other slider. So you could say combine number 4 distorted delay with number 1 wash verb. There's a lot you can do. Have fun and experiment. Now let's go to the other controls. Here you have the tune and fine tune knobs. The tune knob goes up and down by half steps, while the fine tune knob goes up and down by cents. The reverb knob adjusts the amount of reverb you will have on the sound. And the delay knob does the same thing with delay. With the filter, there are 3 controls. There is the on-off switch, the frequency knob, and the Q knob, otherwise known as bandwidth. These will especially be salient when listened to with sustained sounds, like the pads. In fact, let's move on to the pads, since we're pretty much covered with the tongue drum. So, here's the default state of the pads patch. It will be set to guitar suspense. Now, to get a sense of the filters and choppers, let's listen to the analog wide preset. Now let's play it with the filter. Now let's turn on the chop 16th button. Have some fun with the filter. Add some delay. Bring in some reverb. And very quickly you can create cool pulsating beds. Now, notice as I cycle through the presets here, the effect settings won't change, so you can trigger different pad presets to apply them to your current effects settings. Let's turn the filter and effects off to get a sense of the other beds. Now let's listen to the slow guitar suspense preset. Strings harmonics, tongue bells, which is what I used on the intro of this video. Far bells, analog wide again, analog simple, analog zap, and of course we have all these snapshots. Chopped 16th, chopped 8th, dream sequence, Pro 53 low pass, which swaps out the default filter with the fatter Pro 53 low pass filter. Sample and hold 1, sort of the old analog style sample and hold. And sample and hold 2. Okay, that does it for the pads. Let's move on to the bowls. The bowls instrument is sort of like kitchen bowls, but suspended for a better tone. These are played with the hands with open, semi-muted, and fully muted articulations at multiple velocities and with round robins. These were also played during the intro music of this video. In the video, we used the Hand and Bowls choked preset. And here's the non-choked preset. And then we have these snapshots: grunge, high pass, syncopate, and wispy. Okay, moving on to the electronic drum kit. So for the drums, we have a single preset. However, we have all the different drums mapped across the keyboard, as seen below. Each category of percussion with its own color. We mostly use the general MIDI standard as a basis, but we've added multiple versions of different instruments. For example, we have quite a few kick drums at the bottom in green here. Then side stick in a kind of peach color, snares in yellow, hi-hats in green, claps in pink, toms in orange, and finally, cymbals in purple. We've also made a few snapshots. Big toms, dreams, less low mid, which is an alternate EQ setting. And finally, we have the basses. The basses are meant to be played with the filter. That's to say, the samples are wide open analog, so that you can have control over how bright you want the bass to sound. Here's the attack bass. Attack bass monophonic, which sounds exactly like the attack bass, but it's monophonic, even if you play chords. Simple bass. Simple bass monophonic, which again sounds exactly like the simple bass, but monophonic. And for snapshots, we have a couple of guitar presets using the bass sounds in the higher register. We have distorted guitar, and distorted lead, which is a snapshot I used on a melodic phrase in one of our demos. And there you have the first sounds to be included in the Silver library. And as mentioned before, we'll be introducing new sounds and patches from time to time to keep the inspiration flowing. Well, I hope this gave you a little insight into Silver, and that you find some of the sounds inspiring, and that you will use them in some of your productions. Download Silver now for free. Take care, and thanks for watching.